Alright, so welcome back, guys. If you just take a look at what happened today, as I've mentioned yesterday or on the previous video, if price during London session is going to take out either side of the liquidity, the opposite side will be next. So as you can see, for today, price took out the buy side liquidity before heading towards the sell side liquidity as mentioned, right? This lows and this lows were suspects because right here we have relative equal lows, and right here below this low there is a 15 minutes unfilled fair value gap, and as you can see today filled to the brim, overextended this entire order block. Okay, why did it overextend? Because on the lower time frames, 5 minutes, we have this huge volume imbalance, right, coupled with an order block right here, right, this inefficiencies. So if you take a look at this green line here, this line is right about 70% of retracement level into discount. Okay, so there you see it's stuck in this channel for now. Okay, so tomorrow what I'm anticipating is, even though it's quite hard because for non-farm payrolls it's usually manual intervention, alright, but normally on higher time frames you would be able to gauge like an approximate level that it wants to tag. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, right now I'm on the 4 hours chart. Okay, what I'm thinking is that non-farm payrolls on the news itself, it's gonna tag some sell stops underneath either this low, or maybe even this low, and if it extends to this low, maybe it want to take out the lows over here as well. Okay, this is relative equal lows even on the daily chart. Okay, and once it does that, it's gonna reverse to take out these highs over here. Okay, all this liquidity pool, they are buy side, and right above the buy side, what is it? We have weekly fair value gap. Okay, weekly tends to be the draw. Okay, you can derive bias based on the weekly chart, and the daily chart would further complement that, okay, on a top-down analysis. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting. Okay, I'll just draw out the arrows for you. Okay, so on tomorrow 8:30, if price was to remain bullish, okay, because the weekly draw is bullish, right, and it makes sense because we are still in the first week of January. Okay, if I was expecting January to be bearish, I want to see some form of rally before the drop. Okay, rally above the opening. All right, so right here on 8:30 we have the news. It's gonna drop down, taking out all the sell stops, right, and it's gonna run it back up. Okay, run it back up, I think right around this 10 a.m. news. Okay, there will be a 10 a.m. news driver, and it's gonna run up and it will look to target this area here before lunchtime. Okay, and maybe during lunchtime it's gonna revert back down. this is what I'm anticipating for non-farm payrolls. Okay, likewise, if it was to do the opposite, it's still possible if it wants to go up and take out or fill up some inefficiencies on the daily time frames. It could go up there, and then after which it dropped down, but I'm still thinking that it's gonna do this, right, based on today's price action, unless in the afternoon session the price starts to trade above premium again. Okay, right now we're in discount, right? You can see right here we're in discount. If price starts to trade above premium, then I'm thinking that maybe they will want to turn the price up before the major drop. Okay, so there you have it. This is the anticipation for non-farm payrolls. I would like to remind you that this is highly inaccurate, okay? Because for non-farm payrolls, I cannot anticipate. It's all manual intervention, and they are gonna pick the levels, okay, to run the price to. There's no way I'm gonna predict what they're gonna pick, okay? I'm just leading all my anticipation analysis to the higher time frames, which is why I drew out this preferred path for non-farm payrolls. Alright, so as you can see over this week, even though we're in a tight range over here, you can see that how I was able to anticipate price from Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. And there are people telling me that the stock market is random and that it's based on buying pressure. I mean, like, now I understand ICT sometimes, when you can anticipate price running to certain levels at certain times of the day. I mean, how precise do you want it to be? Alright, so I would like you to ask yourself that question, like, is the market truly free? It's just an algorithm to me, and ICT mentions that there are two algorithms. One algorithm is the price delivery algorithm, which is what I am anticipating. The other algorithm is the smart money algorithm. Right, my goal here is to sync myself with the smart money algorithm, because that's how you play the game. The stock market, not the stock market, but the price action. Okay, so yeah, if I was able to do this consistently for the entirety of this week, right, excluding this non-farm payrolls, we shall see. Wouldn't it be weird to think that someone can do this consistently? Like, ICT does it better than me, but if you can reach my level of analysis over here, you can zoom out and use it on the higher time frames, because time is fractal, right? For the algorithm, time is fractal. Whatever happens on the lower time frames, the same rules and logic applies on the higher time frames. It's just that it takes more time for them to form. Okay, so I would want to leave you closing this, right? The market is totally controlled. It's run by an algorithm. If you understand the algorithm, and if you can read price action, it's very, very possible for you to time and predict the market. Okay, whoever tells you otherwise, oh, the market's unpredictable, you can't time the markets. That's all bullshit. Okay. I mean, if it wasn't, why was I able to do this, right? We are in a seek and destroy profile and I was able to do this. This is, I mean, I'll leave it up to yourself to come into to your conclusions. And if you find that this skill is useless, then so be it. I'm not trying to brainwash you to believe that it's useful, but to me, I believe that if you can understand lower time frames, you can really apply it to the higher time frames, which is why I published a video for individual stocks. If you want, you can find it down below. I had predictions, or predictions basically for some of the most popular stocks trading on the US stock market, and maybe one or two from the China market. Okay, because I want to see if price follows the algorithm on the higher time frames. I mean, that would be the proof, right? So far Tesla is doing well with regards to my predictions, but we shall see. Okay, yep. And I think that's about it for today. Tomorrow, time for fireworks. I'll be watching. It would be nice to see how far they're gonna push the button. Okay, that's all for me.